welcome to another edition of the Rap Soul Podcast. I am your boy 12 Kyle. I want to thank you all for tuning in as you do each and every week. Again, this is the Rap Soul Podcast. This is the intersection where we have discussions about music and artists from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s when it comes to rap, hip-hop, soul, and R&B. Simply put, folks, this is the best music podcast that you have never heard until right now. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in as you do each and every week. Shout out to those of you who are watching on YouTube as well as Spotify. Man, check this out. So you see the title. My 12 greatest rappers from the South. Now, before I get started, let me say this, and let me say it very clear. This is my list. I'm not asking you for your permission. I'm not even asking you what you think of my list. This is my list. For some reason, there's a lot of idiots on social media who will see a list and then they'll just jump in and say, well, hey, where's such and such? Where's, Bobby? Where's Ronnie? Where's Ricky, Mike, Ralph, and Johnny? I didn't ask you. Because here's the thing. A lot of times with these lists, they're compiled with no type of criteria. Now, if you've been following the podcast, you know I definitely believe in having some type of criteria when you're creating a list. So in doing this list, I came up with just 3 criteria that I needed to determine my list for the 12 best Southern rappers of all time. 1, lyricism. You got to be able to spit it. You got to have lyrics. You got to have bars. Number 2, flow. You have to have a certain pattern as to how you rhyme. How good is your flow? Or how bad is your flow? And last but not least, delivery. How does your words come through the microphone, come through the speaker? How does your words make an impact on the eardrum? That's it. That's my criteria. So I will be honest, this list it wasn't easy for me to do. 1, because I'm someone who's tenured in hip hop and I'm very much tenured in Southern hip hop. And I remember there was a time, if we're being honest, there was a time when a rapper from the South was not looked upon favorably from New York. And I mean, New York really did dump on Southern rappers for a long time. If you know anybody that's tenured in hip hop, ask them. They will tell you Southern rap couldn't get play on Hot 97 in New York. And when it did, there was a backlash when it happened. And Southern MCs didn't really want to be played in New York. They just wanted to be accepted for being dope. Because here's the thing. There was a point in time where the New York rap scene basically looked at Southern rappers as whack rappers. They talk slow, they talk funny, and, they couldn't understand it. And they were very much looked down upon, right? And there were certain groups, like when you look at the Ghetto Boys, who came out in the mid to late 80s, they were more of a regional act. They really didn't have the national acceptance until they had, a smash hit like My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. But even then, it still wasn't the national acceptance that they really should have gotten, but didn't get, right? And it was, you had rappers like Uncle Luke from 2 Live Crew. They were viewed kind of more like a novelty act. And it was booty shake. So, it had its place, but I mean, like, you were never going to confuse Uncle Luke with Rakim. I mean, come on, let's just be real. But that being said, as we moved into the early to mid 90s, that's when you started to see really the transition of the MCs, the guys and girls who could really, really rhyme. And they were from the South, but they were some rapping ass rappers. And that's the people who make this list of mine my 12 greatest Southern rappers of all time. Again, lyricism, flow, delivery. That's it. So without further ado, let's get started. We'll start at number 12. And I could have done a top 10, but I mean, I'm 12 Kyle. We got to do 12, right? We're not doing 10. Coming in at number 12 from right here in Atlanta, the member of the Goody Mob, my man CeeLo. CeeLo makes the list at 12. CeeLo is one of those ones. I mean, not only can he rap, but he can sing too. And if you don't think that CeeLo can rhyme, or if you have a question his pen, go listen to Big Old Words. He has a song, I think it was on his second album, might have been on his first. I can't remember if it was on his first or second solo album, but it's called Big Old Words. And when I tell you CeeLo ripped it, he ripped it. So coming in at number 12, my man CeeLo from the Goody Mob. Coming in at number 11, another cat from ATL, Michael Render, a.k.a. Killer Mike. Man, where do I start? Killer Mike came on the scene for me as an affiliate of Outkast. So me being a fan of Outkast, I immediately started listening to his music. And this dude was on something different. Like, he didn't even sound like his compadres from, the Dungeon Family or Outkast's clique. His voice and his wordplay set him apart from everybody else. And that was back then. That was back, early 2000s? And Mike's still doing it to this day. I'm a fan. I think Killer Mike is a dope MC. Probably in the last couple of years, you've seen him get the national acclaim that he probably should have gotten a long time ago. But besides that, he's a rapid ass rapper, and he will bar you up. So coming in at number 11, Killer Mike. Number 10. Number 10 hails from Virginia. Yes, one half of the Clips, my man Malice. Now, before I start talking about Malice, do understand that Virginia is considered the South. I didn't think that I'd have to explain to you what the South is, but the South is literally from like Texas all the way to Virginia and down to Florida. Now, hopefully I don't need to name the states, but Virginia is still considered the South. So yeah, Malice from the Clips. Malice is a guy that's been doing it for years, man. And the thing that's interesting to me, especially now at the time of this recording, Malice, stepped away from rap for a long time. He was going, 10, 15 years, I think? No, I think it's probably 10 to 12 years, somewhere around there. But he came back, and on the Clips' last album, Let God Sort Him Out, man, Malice is rapping like he never left. Always been a fan. Wordplay. I don't really know how much you can take with coke rhymes and still make them relevant to this day, but he's managed to do it. Coming in at number 10 is my man Malice from the Clips. Number 9, bringing it right back here to ATL, the city where I live. But we're going to take it to the west side. Bankhead, to be more specific, Clifford Harris, a.k.a. T.I.P. or T.I. Man, listen, T.I. can go. You don't have to like T.I. You don't have to, like his reality shows. You don't have to like his podcast. You don't even have to like the little bit of comedy he's trying, or at least been trying the last couple of days. But when it comes to rap, T.I. can rap. And I think one of the things that's always impressed me about T.I. was that, particularly like his earlier stuff, man, T.I. was always rapping and sounding like he was trying to get a deal. Even when he had a deal, he was still rapping and sounding like somebody who was trying to get a record deal. And that was always impressive to me. Um, I remember the first time I saw and heard T.I. rap, it was outside of Club Kaya. It was a Friday. I think it was like Friday night. And cats were just outside freestyling. And I walked up, and there was a crowd, and it was Cypher, and he was going off. I mean, like, I don't think he was freestyling at the time, but he could have been. I don't know. He had bar after bar after bar. And then I think after that, I found out about trap music. When I found out about that album, I got it. And no, I'm serious. I'm sorry. The first album was I'm Serious. I got the I'm Serious single. And then I don't think I bought I'm Serious first. I think I bought trap music first. Then I went back and bought I'm Serious. But yeah, man, a rapper's rapper. T.I. can go. Definitely one of the top coming out of the South. So he comes in at number 9. Number 8, Jermaine Cole from North Carolina, or AKA J. Cole. You could make a case, and I'm pretty sure, depending on your age, that you're listening to this, there may be some people that have J. Cole higher than I have him at 8. J. Cole can go. He can flow. Lyricism, his delivery. J. Cole is he's one of the best, particularly right now, because he's still rapping. He's still relatively young. And he can still bring something to the table. I am a fan of his music. He was one of the ones that when I heard him, I was like, okay, he's got something here. And that was, I think that might have been Forest Hills Drive. No, I think I heard him before then. I can't even remember the first time I heard him. I just knew he was dope. And, J. Cole obviously has come under some scrutiny because of his willingness and then unwillingness to participate in the battle or the back and forth between himself and Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I'll say this, and I've said this before, and I had a conversation with the homie King Germ from Pod and Saved Our Marriage. I understood why he backed out of the battle. I get it, right? I would not have made a song and then backed out, because you can't throw a rock and then ask for the rock to come back. Once you throw the rock, you gotta stand on that. Once you go to war, you gotta stand on that war. Drake didn't run from Kendrick. He lost, but he didn't run from Kendrick. But that being said, I have no problem with J. Cole coming out with braggadocious rhymes, because he's supposed, when you're an MC, when you can really, really rap, you're supposed to feel as if you're the best in the world. And so if J. Cole feels like that, I don't have a problem with that at all. He should feel like that. If you don't feel like that, then you probably shouldn't be rapping. But yeah, still, J. Cole comes in for me at number 8. Number 7, Bun B from UGK, representing H-Town, Houston. Man, Bun B, he was hard to place on this list. He was always going to make the list, but I could actually move him closer to number 1. Just on the strength of the murder verse. And if you follow the podcast, I did a breakdown of Bun B's verse on the song Murder. It was a UGK song that came out on the album Riding Dirty in 1996. That verse alone should put him on anybody's list. Lyricism, flow, delivery, Bun B's got it. Bun B is also a dope feature. If you put Bun B on your album and you give him a guest feature spot, you better watch out, because he could embarrass you. You better bring your A game, always. And the thing that I always loved about Bun, and still loved about Bun to this day, is that Bun is always willing to rap with his contemporaries, and he's also willing to rap with the younger cats too. Like, he never turns down an opportunity to shine. He never turns down an opportunity to get on a track with a younger cat. So that right there, he's always shown love. So I think you got to show Bun love just for him doing that. There's going to be some people that may have him a little higher than 7, but Bun B is definitely one of the greats to come out of the South. One of the best to come out of H-Town, hands down. Rest in peace to his partner in crime, Pimp C, aka Chad Butler. But yeah, Bun B had to make this list. He had to make this list. Once again, it's your boy 12 Kyle. This is the Rap Soul Podcast, and we're talking about the 12 greatest rappers from the South. I gave you numbers 12 through 7. Let's recap. At number 12, CeeLo. Number 11, Killer Mike. Number 10, Malice. Number 9, T.I. Number 8, J. Cole. And at number 7, Bun B. Now, again, we're basing this off of my list. This is my list. This ain't your cousin's list. This ain't Double XL's list. This ain't the Source Magazine's list. This is my list of the best rappers from the best 12 rappers from the South, based on lyricism, flow, and delivery. That being said, let's bring it back. Number 6, the other half of the Clips, Pusha T. Man, again, the same thing I say, almost the same thing that I said for Malice can be said for Pusha T. I don't know how you've been able to do coke rap for this long and make it still sound good. But listen, off the Let God Sort Him Out album, it really feels like from that album all the way back to the first album, Lord Willing, like Pusha T hasn't missed. Even having gone solo, because you got to remember there was a 10-year gap, 10 to 12-year gap in there where he's just rapping by himself. He's no longer rapping with his brother. And he does more than enough to hold it down. Again, very, very dope rapper, very good wordplay. I enjoy, again, coke rap. When I can only listen to coke rap from him and his brother, man, it is amazing, man. So yeah, he had to make the list. He's gonna be right here at number 6. My man Pusha T from the Clips. Coming in at number 5, ATL. That's where we're at, and we gotta go with Big Boy from Outkast. I could make a case that Big Boy could be closer than 5, closer to the number 1. Big Boy's dope, man. Big Boy's he's been dope literally since day one. And I always tell people, like, for as much as people talk about Andre 3000 as far as his ability to rap or what have you, for me, Big Boy represents the guy who isn't afraid to do different things lyrically, sonically. And he's always been a perfect balance. But even when he's rhymed by himself, you realize, like, Big Boy's got it. Like, and he never, not only has he got it, but he's never lost it. Big Boy still raps like that 18, 19-year-old kid that we heard on Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. He's still that dope. I mean, like, there has been no fall off. I've gotten all the albums, post Outkast, and he's still doing it, man. He's still doing it. Still got it. And he doesn't disappoint at all. Doesn't disappoint at all. So I've got Big Boy coming in at number 5. Now, this next one is going to surprise probably a few of you. Coming in at number 4 for me, out of New Orleans, none other than the hot boy Lil Wayne. Now, I'll be honest, putting him at 4 for some people may be relatively low. Not for me. I love Lil Wayne as far as, like, his ability to rap. And the thing that I always say about Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne, when motivated, is one of the best we've ever seen. Period. Point blank. His run that he had is one of the best runs that we've seen in hip hop. Period. Point blank. But again, when he's motivated, he's one of the best to ever touch a microphone. The problem with Lil Wayne is that we never know when he's motivated. And you can say what you want, but I mean, like, the substances have taken their toll on Wayne. Much was made about Wayne wanting to, perform for the Super Bowl last year. And while it would have been dope, it didn't happen. And, it was interesting because I think he had a concert shortly thereafter, the fallout from the discussion about not doing the Super Bowl. And he didn't really look that good in the concert. And people were thinking like, well, there you go. You wouldn't have done that. But all that stuff aside, when it comes to rapping, Lil Wayne can rap his ass off. I don't think that that's a stretch. So if you got Wayne at 1 on your list, cool. He's not number 1 on mine, but you can make a case. I always say, like, when you get to the top 5, you can make a case for anybody. But yeah, Lil Wayne coming in at number 4. Number 3 is going to be a very big surprise for a lot of you. Not for me, because number 3, I think, is one of the most slept on MCs in hip hop history. And that is none other than North Carolina's own Fonte from Little Brother. Not only is he a favorite, but Fonte, I said this the other day, and it's worth repeating. You would be hard pressed to find a bad Fonte verse. I think you could probably find a bad verse from just about everybody I've named, with the exception of Fonte. If there is a bad Fonte verse, tell me, because I don't think that it exists. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan, but this dude can rappity rap. And he makes you think. He's a thinking man's rapper. He don't have to hit you with all of the, the bells and whistles. He just goes straight to you and hits you with just common sense rap. Common sense rap for the everyday guy like me. It ain't thugged out rap. It ain't coke rap. It is just the simplest of complex raps. And he does it. And not only that, he can sing. So, I mean, if he ain't rapping his head off, he might be singing to you. I mean, again, I'm a huge fan, big fan of Little Brother. That's not why I have him at 3. I have him at 3 because the brother's extremely talented and deserving it to be on this list. And as far as rappers and coming from the South, he's at 3 for me, hands down. Coming in at number 2, we're back in Atlanta. None other than Andre Benjamin, a.k.a. 3 Stacks, a.k.a. Andre 3000 from Outkast. Some people may have him at 1, and that's cool. You get no argument from me. I've been listening to Dre rap, man, forever. And the thing that I really enjoy about hearing him rap, particularly now, given the fact that he does not rap actively anymore, is that every now and then he pops out, you're like, yo, he can still drop 40. Like, he's the guy that is older now, but if he gets on a basketball court, he can drop 40. That's Andre 3000. I mean, like, he can still give you bars. Now, Dre's famously said that he's, retiring from rap and doesn't want to rap anymore because he doesn't feel like he has anything to rap about. Trust me, when he raps, he has something to rap about. He don't come outside a lot to rap, but when he does, it doesn't disappoint. At least for me, it doesn't. Again, case can be made that he should be at 1. I've got him at 2. If he comes back, he'll probably be at 1. I just don't know that Dre's ever going to come back and rap. Let me take that back. I think he'll rap again on somebody else's song. I don't think that there'll be another Outkast album. So stop asking. Last but not least, number 1, based on lyricism, flow, and delivery, I got to go back to H-Town, my man Brad Jordan, a.k.a. Scarface. Hands down, one of the best rappers. Hands down, to me, the best rapper from the South. I don't think that there's anybody better at putting bars together than Scarface. Scarface, and not only that, he's done it for so long, and he's still doing it when he wants to, how he wants to, and in his words, nobody can't fuck with him. And you know what? He's right. Ain't many that can fuck with him. Scarface is a bad dude, man. I mean, like, at the time of this recording last year, people saw him do the Tiny Desk, and they were reminded of what most of us already knew. Scarface ain't, I mean, like, it didn't just happen for him. He's been doing this for a long time, and he's been great at it for a long time. The thing is, he's not out here making albums because he doesn't have to. He's made his money. He does tour dates here and there, and he comes outside and he plays a lot of golf, and that's it. But yeah, Scarface, man, hands down, number one for me. So in recapping, at number 12, CeeLo from Goody Mob. Number 11, Killer Mike. Number 10, Malice from the Clips. Number 9, T.I. Number 8, J. Cole. Number 7, Bun B from UGK. Number 6, Pusha T from the Clips. Number 5, Big Boy from Outkast. Number 4, Lil Wayne. Number 3, Fonte from Lil Brother. Number 2, Andre 3000 from Outkast. And number 1, the trigger happy motherfucking ghetto boy himself, DJ Action, Mr. Scarface, coming in at number 1, my number 1 for the top 12 best Southern rappers of all time. That is mine. I don't want to know what yours is. That's going to do it for me. Thanks again for checking out this edition of the Rap Soul Podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast. We drop new episodes weekly. Also, don't forget about the flagship podcast. That is the Rap Soul Podcast. That's my personal podcast. Check that out as well. You can listen to that podcast wherever you're listening or watching this episode. And don't forget to share this episode with other music fans such as yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. Thanks again for checking out this edition of the Rap Soul Podcast. I am your boy 12 Kyle. I'll catch you guys next time. 5,000. Cheers.